Donald Trump's campaign has in recent days publicly asked its allies on Capitol Hill to counter criticism that the former president would rule like a dictator in a second term. According to people familiar with the matter, Choose Your Plan ArrowRight But on Tuesday, Trump reignited that criticism. Oil and closing the border. The conflicting messages have underscored what some experts lawmakers see as Trump's continued embrace of authoritarian rhetoric and ideas, his refusal to fully rebuke some dire warnings about how he would govern in a second term, even as his campaign predicts more attacks on the issue. Theme. Trump has repeatedly said he views his prosecutions as permission to turn the Justice Department and FBI against his rivals and has named some of the targets. But in recent days, the former president and his allies have been pushing back more forcefully against comments from historians, policy experts and political opponents that Trump's second term would be more extreme autocratic than his first two Trump advisors, who like others spoke more candidly on condition of anonymity, said recent stories about Trump's second-term plans were not seen as helpful for the general election. Later, Hannity tried again amid reports that Trump wanted to use federal authority to investigate political rivals, punish media outlets, deploy the military domestically and consolidate executive authority. We love this guy. And I said, no, 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 except for day one. Day one. We close the border and drill. Trump's latest comments and emerging plans have increased concerns from critics both parties about the former president, who has gained a dominant advantage in Republican presidential primary polls and is ahead of President Biden recent general election polls. People who love Donald Trump. They love Donald Trump no matter what he says. And Trump regales them with grandiloquence. And that's what he does, said two-time GOP nominee Sen. Mitt Romney. They find it funny and interesting, he said, convicting Trump after impeachment hearings in the Senate. His base likes the authoritarian line. I think they like the idea that he could use the military on domestic issues and seek vengeance. And vengeance. That's why he's saying this, and he's pretty much locked in for the Republican nomination. His concerns about the scope of Trump's plans for a second term are more superstitious, according to people who have spoken with him, who say he is more focused on not seeing off victory next November. He often maintains his stance by rhetorically winking and nodding to his supporters and speaking vaguely about polarizing issues. It's funny to watch the mindless media go crazy about closing borders and drilling for energy. Trump campaign advisor said. Trump allies and advisors said growing efforts to push back on concerns about Trump's second term underscore campaign's greater focus on general election and its expectation that issue will be Biden's main line of attack. The